Hello, hello, hello. It is a minute or so before. I'm trying to get my all level. There we go. So welcome, welcome, welcome. It's 4 o'clock. Let me find myself on my Facebook page so that I can see comments. And there I am. Perfect. So welcome to, hey Tammy, welcome to Teach It Tuesday with Tammy and Jenny. I am so excited. I get to show you the inside of the new catalog, the mini catalog, the September to December 2025 mini catalog. Isn't this beautiful? Oh, I forgot to mute my computer. Hey Patty, welcome. And I am going to be doing a fun fold. Tammy and I doing fun folds today, and Tammy did a fabulous I think it's one of the newest all the rage ones that looks very difficult. It's called the Fan Fun Fold, but the way Tammy does it, it's so easy. And so if you didn't get a chance to catch hers today, go ahead and jump on. Well, when you go to my blog tomorrow, I'll have a link to it. And she used a Christmas paper from here. She used, where is it? The Christmas Tradition, or Traditional Christmas, which is beautiful paper. Let's see. She used this paper. It's beautiful. I'm using our Peaceful Garden suite. Well, not everything, not me forgetting to show the inside of the catalog. Oh, well, I wasn't sure what I was gonna throw out here, but I thought, oh, I'll use the catalog because I get to finally open it. This suite, I'm not going to use the whole suite. I'm only using part of the suites. I'm using this designer series paper. The sample I have, I use this one, and I started thinking afterwards that I think I want to use this one right here. It's Secret Sea with a pop of white, and the other colors, I think it's Cloud Cover and Misty Moonlight and white on there, and a little pecan pie for the branches, but I'll show it to you up close. I'm going to use this bundle here. We're going to use one of the doves, as well as some of the sentiments from Peace on Earth. We're also going to use this fun 3D embossing folder to make it, but this suite also has some beautiful ribbon. Where's my ribbon? I can show it to you real quick. It's got beautiful ribbon, and there it is. Check out this ribbon. This is so pretty, but I didn't have a place to use it on my my card, but this is beautiful ribbon. This comes with it. It's Misty Moonlight with just sort of like a glitter of or sparkling of silver with silver fringe on it. Really fun. It's easy to make into bows if you want to make into bows. Let's see if I can do a bow. Oh, wait a minute. Got to be smarter than the ribbon, Jen. Oh, look at that. Can't even do the basic bow. Fingers got all tied. There we go. So it's really beautiful ribbon, but it didn't work on this card, so I'll use it on another card. Also some great embellishments that are, there's flowers, blue, hues of blue flowers, and these are really cool too, but actually I'm going to be using my antique and coloring them today so you can see them. Or, we might try the flowers. I'm going to leave these out. Maybe we'll try those. I'll put those off to the side. But anyway, and then there's some glimmer paper that is in my side pocket that I can't get to right now, which is a lot of, well, let me see. Is it close by? It might be close by. Oh, there it is, close by. And there's some glimmer paper in these beautiful blues. This looks sort of silver, but it's supposed to be Cloud Cover and Secret Sea, and I believe the glimmer paper, it just says blue, soft green, and dark gray. And this actually reminds me of Cloud Cover and Secret Sea and like Blueberry Bushel or Azure Afternoons. So anyway, fun glitter paper too. And oh, here's some of the DSP. But anyway, I'll show you more I don't have all the DSP out. That was stuck in my glimmer paper for some reason. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. My fun fold today is called a crossover gate fun fold. And to be perfectly honest, here it is. I am one of those kind of people that I make use of Pinterest all the time. It's my go-to. And this was a card that was done by, what's her name? Kathy Ondas, and she is a fellow demonstrator. I will have it linked to her card that she did where I got the instructions from on my blog as well. But I did tweak it a little bit. I made some changes in some of the sizes. So if you wanted to do exactly like I have, then you can follow my my details in the cards and the measurements. But it opens up like this. Isn't that pretty? I just love it. It looks difficult, but it really isn't. At least I thought it looked difficult, and then I made one. I'm like, oh, that's not that bad. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and use that. We're going to make that here. Let's go ahead and I'll show you all our pieces and parts. Our card base is going to be cloud cover, and it's 8.5 by 5.5, but it is not scored in your traditional 4 1/4. I'll show you what we're going to do, how we're going to score that. Then here's one of the twists. I think I'm going to cut this down. We are using a piece of Misty Moonlight and then a piece of white, white for the inside of the card, as you can see here. And then on the outside, and I'll have all the measurements, but this piece would be, I'll have to cut it down, is 4 1/4 by 4 by 5 1/4, and then this one is 3 3/4 by 5. And then we have this one, which is, where do I have my measurements written down somewhere. And here I thought I was gonna be able to memorize them, and I didn't. This white is for our embossed layer, which you can see here, and this one is 4 by 5 1/4. Hi, Peggy, welcome. Thank you so much. I'm glad you think it's pretty. And then we have our 3 by 2.5. This is what we're going to cut the dove out with. And then here are our tabs here. The white tabs are 1.5 by 4. You need 3 of them. And then we have our DSP. And this is the white, the one I was telling you. It's got the Secret Sea. And then I believe that's Misty Moonlight, or maybe a different shade of Misty, yeah, it's probably Misty Moonlight. And then cloud cover, and then the pecan pie, and then we have our white. And I think this is gonna pop a little bit better, a little bit more on this. It looks like I didn't cut this down, so I'm gonna have to cut that down. Got a lot going on in my household right now, and it looks like I forgot to cut some of that down. Matter of fact, some of it doesn't even look like it's cut the same size, which is weird because I measured it all the same. But anyway, we'll take care of that. We'll cut down whatever we need to. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me set this off to the side. Actually, you know what? We're going to go ahead and take care of this right now. We're going to put these pieces together. And a real quick tip on these, I like to make them so that if you were to line them up, you're putting a piece of puzzle together. And so what I did on the back is I, with a little pencil, indicated whether it was top. So that's top. And there's an M for middle. So there you go. There's that. And then a B for bottom. And that way everything flows together. So when you're looking at it on the card like this, it sort of flows together. It doesn't have different pieces going different directions. So, all right, let's go ahead. These are all, let's measure these out again. Where's my paper trimmer? It's right there near the keyboard. And let's go ahead and measure these out. They should be 1.5 by, or 1 1/4 by 3 3/4. So I'm going to measure this. And that is, actually that's 4. And then this is, that's 1 1/4. Let's see if this is 1 1/4. let's see, where's my other ruler? My other ruler is a little bit easier to read. There it is. I have this ruler, the Victor ruler. I mean, this is left over from teaching and kids going to school, but this one I like to read. It reads a little bit easier. Let's see, this is, it's 4, and then I'm looking at, this is about 1 1/4. 1 1/4. So I guess I did have them all cut the same, except for they're all 4 and they need to be, what do they need to be? They need to be 3 3/4. So I want to make sure that I have them all, that I'm cutting from the same side. I think I'm going to cut from this side. So I'm going to layer them all up. And then, you know what? Where did that little clip go? I have a clip here. I'm going to clip this. Or you can use a paper clip or a small clip of some kind. That way they're all the same. They're held straight together. And I want them at 3 3/4. So that means I need to cut off just 1/4 inch because they're 4 inches. So we're going to do that. And we'll get rid of those. And now we have those at that length. And while we got the cutter out, we're going to go ahead and cut this down to 4. Let's see. Move this up so you guys can see without pushing anything off of my desk. 4 by 5 1/4. We'll go 5 1/4. So I don't know. I'm starting to like fun folds if they're sort of simple. If they're on the simpler side. Anything with too many moving pieces and parts confuse me, and I don't want to teach them because I don't want to confuse anybody. All right, let's go ahead and score our card base now. Our card base now. You're going to score the card base at 2 1/8 and then 6 3/8. Is it 6 3/8? 6 3/8. However, if you have a trimmer like this, it's not always easy to find because here's 6 inches here. I'll pull this up a little bit. 6 inches here, and 6 3/8 falls somewhere in this brown area, so it's hard to read. So here's what I did. I went ahead and I scored at 2. Let's go ahead and close this up. 2 1/8. That's 2 1/8 there. We'll score. And then instead of scooting it all the way over, I just flipped it around and scored it 2 1/8 again. All right. Had a panic attack. I thought I almost scored it with the cutting blade. So, all right, there we go. And I don't think we need that anymore, so I'll set that aside. Now we're going to go ahead and, where's my bone folder? If it was a snake, it would have bit me a bit. But we're going to go ahead. There's another bone folder. I always have more than one bone folder at my table. All right, we're going to go ahead and fold these in and burnish the edges. And here's where it's a gate card. And there we go. So there we go. And let's go ahead and we're going to do the inside. Let's go ahead and put this inside. We're going to do our mat of Misty Moonlight. And, all right, when it gums up like that, little tiny needle or pin is your best friend. All right. Because it gets rid of that little gummy that might be. All right. So put this down. We'll center it in there, like so. And here's the inside. We're going to do that again, 5 1/4 by 4, and this is 5 by 3 3/4. And we're going to use the sentiments Peace on Earth and Wishing You. And we'll go ahead and center Peace on Earth first. I don't know where the cover is for this. I don't know where my box is for this stamp set. It might be under all my paper on the left. All right, we're going to do this. All right. There we go. Peace on Earth. And then the wishing you. There we go. Sorry if my head's in the way. There you go. Wishing you peace on earth. All right, we'll put our stamps aside and the blue ink side, and we're going to go ahead and attach this on the inside. All right. All right. Checking my notes or my comments, and everybody's just watching. All right, we'll go ahead. Now we're going to set this aside, and let's go ahead and attach our strips to our labels. And I'm going to make sure that my little letters that I wrote on the top are going to be on the right hand side. And we're going to do the T first for top. Why is that looking off? That just looks like there's, let's see. I think I need to fix my blade. I can see my cuts are bending up, so I think I need to replace my blade. There's the middle, and then we'll do the bottom. Yep, that works. You could make them a little bit bigger if you want, but we'll put a little touch there. I think next time I do this, I might make my DSP a little bit bigger. I'm sort of a fan of the like 1/8 of an inch mats versus the 1/4 inch mats when doing things like this. But that's just a personal preference. This is my middle piece. I have the M on the top of that. All right. Have that there. Put there, and then we'll do the bottom. And get that centered on there. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready for Christmas. I'm ready for Christmas, but I'm not ready for Christmas. I'm ready for Christmas because I'm ready to see my kids. My daughter's coming home. Well, both daughters are coming home. One will come home if she can. She's in the military. And the other one is coming home, and my mom's coming out. So I'm ready for all of that, but there's so many other things that are going to be happening between now and Christmas that I don't know if I'm ready for it yet. But anyway, it's fun making Christmas cards. All right, now we're going to take our embossing folder. And the funny thing is I usually have a label up here, and I'm going to have to try some Goo Gone to get the sticker off. I put the sticker on this like I normally do so I can see which folding or which embossing folder I have, because that's what I tend to do with my embossing folders. As you can see, like this one on the Christmas word collages. Problem is with this one, because my strip was so big, I couldn't see where the edge of the greenery was on here in order to center it. So I took it off. And we're gonna center this. It's 4 by, is it 4 by what? What is this? It's 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm gonna center it on here, and I'm gonna make sure it's centered by looking at the back side, because I want to make sure that, see, this is a little angled, so I'm going to straighten it out a little bit. It's a little crooked, and I want to make sure that I don't have a ton of blank space at the top or blank space at the bottom. And so we're going to move it up just a little bit, and that is looking pretty gosh darn centered. Almost. Let's see. This is where the perfection in me comes out. All right, that looks centered. So let's go ahead. I'm going to put it through my embossing Stampin' Cutting machine. And then this, because it's a 3D embossing, only takes the plate number 1 and then the embossing folder and then plate number 4 over it. I'm going to go ahead and emboss that. All right, and here we go. There's our embossing folder. This is really pretty. Oh, I do need my cutter because I need to cut this in half now. So let's go ahead and cut it in half. And because it's 4 inches across, I'm just going to put it at the 2-inch mark and cut it in half. And then take it off. There we go. I think that's the last of the cutting that I have to do today. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take these 2 pieces here. I don't know why this is a little off, but there we go. And we're going to glue these on. We're going to center them between top and bottom. There'll be just a little bit of a lip on, or a little bit on the side, but it's mostly top to bottom. So we'll glue it like that. So let's go ahead and put a little bit of glue on the back of these, along the edges. And we're gonna put that in there, and I want to smooch it up. When I do this kind of gluing, I always like to use my Tombow glue because it gives me wiggle room. And now we're going to go ahead and then we're going to glue this on right about there. But I'm going to, I'm going to do it this way, I think, because you want to make sure it's even. If you need to, you can pull out a ruler and make sure it's even, but I'll go ahead and put a little more glue here. I just don't want to attach it to the other card, or the other side of the card. Let's go ahead and open this up. And then we're gonna line up quite a little bit like so. And they are even at the top and the bottom. And there's just a hint of a matting along the sides. So there is our card, and it opens like this. Now, what we're going to do now is we're going to take these panels and we're going to glue the top and the bottom on the left side. And then we're going to glue the middle one on the right side. But what I do is, because these are almost the same length, they're going to go ahead and I'm going to just line this corner up with the corner up here. And this is where I like to get my silicone mat, because I want to glue it like this, but if anything oozes out, it oozes out onto my mat, and that way it doesn't get gross. It doesn't glue anything else down. So we'll put some glue on there, and that almost takes it. We're gonna go a little bit more, and we're gonna match it up with the embossed layer and push down. And then I believe, yep. And then we're gonna take this side and we're gonna do the same thing down here. And this will help us with our, what's the word I'm looking for, with the spacing when we glue the middle piece on, because we have the top and the bottom already attached, and they're attached and lined up with the embossed layer, so that we can now do the middle layer. We're going to do this. Let's close this up. We're going to do it right about there. All right, I'm going to do this here. My finger's sort of right where that one would be, and we're going to hope that this is as close to the middle as possible, and we're going to line it up with this side of the embossed layer. And let's go ahead and close this up. Oh, there we go. And there we have it. We have all of our layers. You know, if you wanted to, you could actually make this a little bit longer. So instead of being, what do we have, 4 inches? I think you could almost go 4 1/4, so it's the same length as the inside of this card, but 6 or 1, it doesn't really matter. It still works. Now what we're going to do is we're going to set this aside. It opens up. We're going to set this aside, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use the Peace on Earth dies, and I'm going to die cut my dove. And then we're going to give it a little bit of depth by using a cloud cover and a blending brush. So let me get my layers together. 1, 2, you can tell this is very loved. I think I need to get some new plates. 3, and we're going to put this down right here. And I'll probably put it like that so I can get the most out of it, because I can always use this little piece for scratch if I need to. All right, let's put this over here. And we'll cut this. So I'm curious, since we're doing Christmas cards, let me ask, have any of you guys started your Christmas shopping already? I know some people who have, and I'm not one of them. I'm one of those people that I tend to start shopping, November. And recently, Amazon's been my best friend. But, you know, the kids love gift cards, and family members love to give us shopping lists or wish lists off of Amazon so that we can order, and they're getting exactly what they need. So we do that. All right, so now let's go ahead and get a piece of scratch paper. And we're going to use cloud cover. Now, you can use the ink spots. Like I have an old ink, I had an unfilled ink spot, and I added my cloud cover to it. But I also got a blank felt ink pad off of Amazon, and I use that for the large things. So we're going to go ahead, got a hair. We're going to go ahead and pick up some cloud cover. Tap it off here a little bit. I think I need to re-ink my pad. And I'm just going to put a little bit of cloud cover on the edges of my dove, so it pops a little bit more, because we know doves aren't always pure white. But anyway, at least, or no, I'm sorry, those are pigeons by my house. Peggy, I'm done everything except my stocking stuffers. Oh my goodness. You start shopping the day after Christmas for the next year. Oh my gosh. See, I always got in the habit of not doing that because I was always afraid, well, maybe it's because my kids would always change their mind, especially my daughter, of what she wanted. And if I bought it when it was on sale and come next Christmas, all of a sudden she didn't want it, I was in trouble. So I always waited until the end. But anyway, smart stocking stuffers are the hardest. I usually get those very last minute. All right, I'm gonna use my Sharpie, but I know that the Stampin' Up has some great journaling pens that have a fine tip that you can use just to put a little dot for the dove's eye. There we go. And I have 8 children, 10 grandchildren. I'd be shopping early too, Peggy, if I had that many kids. I've got 2 and one. I have 2 biological and 1 who is a daughter at heart. She's our bonus daughter. She came into our family about almost 5 years ago. And that's a fun story. But she became a member of our family, and we love hanging out with her when she can. But she joined the military in 2021, and so she's serving our country in Fort Hood, Texas right now. So we're hoping to see her at Christmas this year. All right, I'm looking for my Stampin' Dimensionals. I had some, but now I can't find them. So I'm looking for my, there we go. I have another pack here. All right, we're gonna put some Stampin' Dimensionals here on the back of our dove. I'll put them, one right here on the wing. One right here on the wing. And I might do a mini dimensional in the center. Right there, right right there, just for some stability. All right, let's cut these off, or take the things off. There we go. And we're gonna go ahead and put this on our middle flap, like that. And you know what? I think I'm gonna lower if I can. Sometimes if you, I'm gonna see if I can lift this guy up carefully. Since I didn't push down on him, I'm gonna lower our dove just a little bit so his wing doesn't get caught on that front flap. There we go. We clear the wing. All right. And there we go. So now all we have to do is add some bling to it. And I'm thinking, instead of the antique pearls, see, I used antique pearls here and I colored them with the Misty Moonlight Stampin' Blends, but I think I might try our hues of blue, because I can put them on this Secret Sea background. Here we go. 4 biological, 4 step, but all of mine are, yeah, exactly, Peggy. You know, 2 might be biological and 1 is bonus, but they're all in my heart. All right, we're gonna go ahead and go with some Secret Sea flowers. And I think I'm gonna put 1 there. And I think I'm gonna put 1 over here. And then I think I'm gonna go with the white ones, or clear, just to get a little bit of pop. You know what? Yeah, let's do that. And then we're gonna do another one right up here. So I've got sort of a zigzag of them going. So that's fun. There we go. I wonder what this would look like. What would one of the cloud covers look like on there? Oh, there we go. We'll put a couple of cloud covers on there. All right, there we go. Can't have too much. You know what? I think we need some down here too. Can't have too much embellishments. What do you guys think? I'll do 1 up there. All right. Got quite a few embellishments on there, but can never have too much. So there is our crossover. Crossover is this part, gate card. And it opens up to say, wishing you peace on earth. So there is our fun fold. I hope you enjoyed this. I will have all the information on my blog tomorrow. And my blog is www.stampinwithjenn.com. 2 N's in Stampin', 2 N's in Jenn. And I will have all the information, including my products that I used, both this card and this card. I'm curious to know which card you like best. Do you like the one with the Misty Moonlight in the white, or do you like the Secret Sea? Oh, I'm glad you love these cards. Thank you so much. I'm glad thank you. I'm curious to know which one you like best. Do you like the one with the pearls or the one with the flowers? You know, I like them both, but I like how this one pops. But I'd love to know which ones you like. I will have all the information for both of these on here, as well as our, oh, you're welcome, Peggy. I'm glad you enjoyed this. I will have all the information on my blog tomorrow. I sort of feel like I'm backtracking and talking and saying things over and over again. So it's been a long day. You prefer the darker one, this one, Peggy? Yeah. You love them both for different reasons, and you love them both too, Patty. Oh, that's sweet. I'm glad you like them. I do like the Misty Moonlight in this. This is what drew me to this one to begin with, but you know me, I'm a blues person, right, Tammy? And I love that, but I also like this because I think it pops more with the darker paneling. So you could even add, if you wanted to, a sentiment down here or up above before you open it up, and then leave it blank on the inside for any notes that you want to write. This works great for any kind of card. So anyway, thank you for joining me. You can find all the information on my blog tomorrow. Join Tammy and I next week for Teach It Tuesday with Tammy and Jenny, when we will be doing, I think next week is, let me look at my calendar, Oh, it is a color combo, and it is a color combo that's going to knock your socks off. It's not 3 colors, but 4 colors that we're going to do. And you'll have to come back in to check out what those colors are. But let me tell you, Tammy and I are so excited to work with these. We got very excited when we, 4 colors, when we put these colors together. So I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Have a great week and have a great weekend. And we'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye-bye.